isn't amazing in Overwatch 2. He's okay, don't get me wrong. He works great on Circuit Royale. As we can see here, both teams are choosing to play him, but a lot of that has to do with the specific map setup. Specifically, if we look at Circuit Royale, and we can look at second point here, and we can see, wait a second, the flank routes are kind of terrible, where someone can go through up this flank route, someone can try to go through this flank route, come through this narrow doorway. This one is super visible to the main place that the opponents want to be holding. And that's not amazing. Anyone's going to get destroyed if they try to go through there to stage a dive, set up a flank. Again, through here, very easy to choke them out on the way through. And then, of course, this is a very strong sightline defensively. If you're trying to play this defensively, you're happy to have a barrier for your poke heroes, your Widows, your Zens, your Baps, whatever, to go do good work from here. And if you're attacking into this and you can't really get your flankers in position to stage dives, or you'd have to do a super long walk on Brawl to try to go, let's go through all this space, or take the flank route where we're coming out into, a place that is super predictable, we don't necessarily like that. So it makes sense to run our own Sigma and potentially go, okay, well, we'll go ahead and have this poke v poke battle. And you're looking at a very similar thing set up by the nature of this map on first, where the flank routes, or the angles that you're expected to take, the lanes, here's your main lane, here's your second lane, here's your third lane. This isn't very good. If you look at these, this is a pretty narrow angle. All three of these lanes converge pretty early before the good strong spot that the defense is choosing to hold from, and once again, the defense has high ground as well. So Brawl and Dive don't have a great time offensively on this map. Poke has a great time defensively, to the point at which you might even want to play Poke into it. Can you force Dive, get people behind them? Yes, you can, but it's more work. It's not the best comp in the world. So is Sigma just doing okay then because we found a map for him where, hey, this is okay, but it's really just the map that's working? Like, is he okay if you put him into other stuff, or what's the problem? Why can't you just use him like you could in Overwatch 1? Well, he's not going to be as good at peeling dives. Like, you look at this and he's really not fantastic. Compare him to Roadhog, who has a basically instant stun available in Hook, or Orisa, who is basically an instant stun available in Javelin Toss. Those are pretty good. Or if you're looking at more like, okay, well, what about boopy peels when people try to get on top of you? D.Va, of course, can boop through people as well as having DM. We've also got Doomfist, who can punch into people that get on his team to control them pretty effectively. He's not gonna do the greatest job at peeling. He's not terribly vulnerable to dives himself, which is kind of cool. That's a nice upgrade for him from Overwatch 1, but he's the solo tank, and he's not amazing at peeling dives. So that sort of relegates him to this place of, okay, well, he's got his rock, don't get me wrong, that can hit stuff, but it's slower than Javelin Toss, it is slower than Hook, that sort of thing. So is his place just relegated to he's the poke tank versus poke king? So, like, if you're playing Widow Zen on both sides, he's going to be better than what the other team might have. Like, if the other team was playing D.Va, you could play D.Va with Widow Zen, and that would be fine, but what your D.Va would be doing is your D.Va would be making your Widow and Zen less vulnerable to dive. She can knock away a Winston, for example, that sort of thing, whereas Sigma isn't going to be as good as that with his rock, with his tools, but is going to make his Widow do better versus the other Widow. Is it okay for his role to be that narrow? What do you guys think? Like, it's kind of specialized. We're only seeing it on one map. On the other hand, with the tank cast we have and only one tank being played at a time, no longer two, roles might start having to get that specialized. Otherwise, we might pretty quickly find ourselves in a place where only 2 to 3 tanks are played. The best poke tank, the best peel tank, the best dive tank, whatever the case may be there, something along those lines. So is this the right level of specialization, or does he maybe need a little bit more to help him peel against dive to see some increased viability? Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking, if this is a problem for him or not. And if you're enjoying the content, please drop a like, consider subscribing for more Overwatch 2 content, thought-provoking stuff like this, if you would like to see more of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, Temporal out.